A man is in custody after what police call a 48-hour crime spree. It all came to a head Sunday night on the city's northwest side at a home on Leonard Street. Police say they were trying to arrest the suspect for an assault when he shot at officers and barricaded himself inside the home. The suspect then went out on his roof and began firing gunshots. A police K9 was eventually sent into the home and was stabbed by the suspect. Police then entered the home and took the man into custody just after 3 o'clock in the morning. The man is facing several charges tonight.
The K9 officer was injured after being stabbed 8 times by the suspect, and we spoke to the chief of police today for an update on the K9's condition.
And Elena is joining us right now. And Elena, is the dog expected to survive?
Yes, he is, but it was just a little bit of a rough go and an emotional night for many on the force, as that wasn't clear early on in the evening. Hospital staff gave him a 50-50 chance of survival when he came in. Chief of Police Eric Winstrom was at the animal hospital last night.
And it was very emotional.
After K9 officer Eli, a Belgian Malinois with 4 years on the force, was stabbed 8 times during a standoff situation. He had a punctured lung and major thoracic injuries.
The blood loss on scene was substantial to the point where we didn't know if he was going to make it to the hospital. Even at the hospital, I remember when I showed up at the hospital, there was so much blood just in the entryway that they were out there mopping.
At least one surgery and a couple blood transfusions later,
it's a tough dog.
Eli is expected to recover.
It was very scary for a time there.
Sunday night, officers were looking for an individual
who had really been on like a 48-hour crime spree. Weapons offenses, fleeing and eluding the police, assaulting individuals.
He was located at a home on Grand Rapids West Side. When police officers addressed him, the suspect began shooting at officers.
So this individual's out on the roof. He's shooting guns off. He sees the police there and he starts shooting, so showing no regard whatsoever for anyone's safety.
Chief Winstrom said officers did what they could to slow the situation down, like evacuating the area, throwing a phone into the house and calling it, making announcements on the PA system.
Eventually we introduced pepper spray gas into the house. No effect.
Then the chief said they had a decision to make, to send someone in to make contact.
This is probably going to be a deadly force situation. So it's a difficult decision, but we say, would we rather introduce a K9 to that, or would we rather introduce a human? So we sent the K9 in.
The chief called it a difficult decision, but with no loss of human officer life or injuries, he said it was resolved as well as they could have expected.
We were able to place him in custody, unfortunately, after he did this just disgusting act.
And as for Eli's improving conditions?
I am elated.
So what happens to Eli now? Well, it depends on his recovery. Officers who interact with him the most say he's probably going to want to come back to work after he heals. But if he does have any PTSD or other issues, he could go into retirement and live out his life with his handler's family.
Thank you.